Hey guys, welcome back. DripCoach here with Drip and Farm for Poverty, where we don't trust, we verify and operate with integrity and transparency. Let's dive in. So in this video, I've had multiple requests on some kind of process map or way to understand the Drip2BTC platform. And I'm going to do my best to break that down in this video with a couple of different strategies based off of your allocation. Now, remember, you can pick anything even in between, and this is of course not financial advice. The one thing you just need to remember is the name of the game is stacking sats. Remember, stacking sats is just another way of saying accumulating Bitcoin. You know that a Satoshi or a sat is just 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. So you're trying to get as many of these as possible. And remember, there's not enough to go around. So don't overcomplicate the entire process. Just focus on stacking sats. Now, that being said, depending on where you're starting out, you can do this a number of ways. And that's why I have these two wallets. So this is the one that I'd had, I think it was about 2K or something like that I started with, or right under. I gotta go back and check spreadsheet. I don't have that up right now, but you'll see the strategy for this one is going to be very different than this one. So this is kind of my low budget strategy, or the coin mystified term, the poor man's wallet. So if you don't have a lot, this will be a better alternative. And this also, you have to think about how your dollar cost averaging or adding to this, or is this a one-time kind of thing? So depending on how you do it, again, it can dictate a bunch of different plays. So let's look at this real quick. So in this first example, I'm talking about a 5K plus investment one-time allocation. So again, to break this down, super simple. You have two decisions once you deposit into the platform, because in order to participate, you got to deposit into the platform. So I skipped that part. Everybody's got to deposit no matter what, because you can't buy credits unless you have BTC on the platform, and you can't sell credits unless you have BTC on the platform. In order to get on the platform, you got to deposit it. So just taking that out of the mix and just looking at if you had 5K, if I had 5K or more, and I was only getting into it one time, meaning making a one-time deposit, then to me, the decision is simple. Either going to go with a 100% of buying credits or a 100% of selling credits, meaning I'm not going to split across these, because it just really depends on how quickly you want to accumulate more BTC. And what I mean by that, if you buy credits, remember, you're buying them and they trickle out at a couple Satoshis an hour. So we're looking at anywhere from the lowest of $1 a day to maybe up to $10 a day or something like that. So you can see with a balance like this, that can take a long time. Now, if you have a long-term thesis or time horizon, then that may be for you, and you want more Bitcoin, but you're okay with the slower time frame, by all means, go that route. If you want faster and you're worried about maybe the longevity of the platform, or you want to be able to sell your BTC at the next all-time high sometime in 2025, then you want to focus on just selling the credits, meaning when you place your deposit, 90% will go over here, and then you'll get a 15% bump in credits. Then you want to come over here and sell those credits at a discount that you can still make some profits off of. Now, in the selling side, I would focus on looking at what is actually available on the marketplace. So looking at the actual amounts that are being sold in the marketplace, because if your goal is to accumulate credits as fast as possible, then you want to make sure that you kind of take a look at what the credit amounts being sold are, because remember, this is a new platform and most people in here are probably operating with a low to mid budget strategy to test this out. So if you come in here and try to sell $5,000 worth of credits in one go, there may not be anybody on the other end. But if you break it up into smaller chunks, then you might have a better likelihood of selling them off. And you can also kind of dollar cost average your discount depending on what's available in the marketplace. You can kind of just barely go above and sell some higher, some lower, whatever, and maybe make potential better profits off of selling. So number two, we got the kind of mid tier. This is the 1K to 5K. And again, remember, this is not financial advice, and this is just kind of me spitballing a loose framework for how I would approach this. So if I was going to make a one-time allocation and I had less than 5K, but more than 1K, then I would look at kind of a 50-50, because that way, at least I'm getting some of that BTC out as fast as possible. And then I'm still also building my bag over the long term of more BTC based off of price appreciation. So it'll be the same strategy, but just doing a 50% buy, 50% sell. Then, that should have said 500 to 1K. So that didn't get adjusted, but this is a 500 to 1K strategy. And then I'm just adjusting the buy amount. And the reason I'm doing that is because, again, the goal is to stack sats and looking at this as a long-term play. Now, there is still risk involved with this platform because, again, not your keys, not your crypto, don't trust, verify, right? So that's why I'm still saying 20%, because this way you have access to some that you can move off. And that's, again, why these different strategies are here. This one, technically, if you're more than 5K, you probably should just be 100% sell from the risk side. But again, if you're willing to go YOLO and participate long term, then of course getting more credits is the better play. But if you have the smaller amounts, then you still want to stack sats, in my opinion. So buying credits is the way to go, but still removing some off the table by selling some, being able to put it into your own personal wallet, cold wallet. Now with the lower budget, I'm just like, screw it. It's a risk that you can afford to lose. Again, that's based off people's budget, but I'm like, if you got less than $100 to $500, then you gotta be willing to kind of play it more risky. So more risky being based on the platform, not your keys, not your crypto, but still looking at the long-term thesis of Bitcoin and being able to accumulate more. So I would just focus on buying credits with the 100 to 500. And that's if you're DCAing, meaning that your long-term amount that you'll have into the platform is between $100 and $500, but you're taking, $50 increments to get there. So if that's the case, then you just focus on buying credits. This isn't saying you're going to DCA $100 at a time, $500 at a time. This is your total investment into the platform. So that means this could take you 10 different months to get $50 a month up to $500. So of course, at that stage, I'd just be buying credits. And that's what this low budget wallet is for here. So I came in with that 175, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this is the low budget. It was $175 valuation, 0.00294949. That's interesting. And that came out to $175 when BTC was at 59K. It is currently, valuation wise, because BTC is at 60K, sitting at a little more than that. So right here, I almost have $200. So I basically made that 15% as advertised, even with the volatility of the asset. So I'm at a 15% bonus, and I can already take out my principal. So remember, I put in 175. There would be some fees here, but I showed you guys that if you time the network and you're using the BC1 SegWit address, it's like less than $5. So I would be able to basically break even and still have $15 of house money to play with. So that's why this strategy, I'm saying focus on that, because each month, if you have a small amount, then you should be able to get it out due to the credits accumulating. So this one I'm looking at should be done. It should be a total of 2 weeks roughly. Remember, your conversion rate does go down and it can go up depending on your behavior, but that 20 some odd dollars that I had would be coming out basically in about 2 weeks. Then I would just buy another 20 with it. Now, again, with this strategy, then I would also be dollar cost averaging another $50 into here, which is what I will show you with this. So that's literally what I'm doing with this one. And I'm interested to see how it will play or end up compared to this one, because this one I just went and bought a bunch of credits. So this is kind of more of a long-term play. But I'm already kind of trickling down on this and focusing on buying smaller amounts of credits, because like I said, I don't want this sitting here for months and months and months. This is not my long-term HODL wallet. This is a hot wallet, that I'm using to participate in the ecosystem with. My HODL wallet is cold storage. So I don't want to have a lot of that sitting there, and I could technically take this off as well, but I'm using this to buy a little bit of BTC at a time. So hopefully that kind of breaks down these different strategies. And again, remember, you can play with these numbers. These percentages are not fixed, but the main thing I want you to see is that there's only two options. So you don't have to complicate this, and it's best to just play with different amounts in here to see what works for your strategy. But at the end of the day, your goal is either to buy credits or sell credits. And that's always with the focus of stacking stats, or stacking sats, sorry, not stats, to get more Bitcoin. Like, that's it. Don't make it more complicated than that. And then play with the ecosystem, see how things are moving around, see what your risk tolerance is. Like I said, the only risk that I see with this is that the not your keys, not your crypto, but that's literally every staking platform not every staking platform, a lot of the staking platforms, a lot of the DeFi, ROI dApps, even your certified crypto holdings like with Coinbase or Binance or whatever we saw literally after the FTX collapse, and before that a bunch of exchanges literally were not able to pay back Bitcoin. So that risk is exactly the same. The only difference is that those are quote unquote bigger and more forward facing than Mystify, but you can put them in the same risk bucket basically, because some of these exchanges operate overseas and you don't know who they are and all that stuff. So it's kind of the same thing. So once you take that off the table, you're now at least participating with the king of crypto. So at least you're being a degen and having some risk, but that is mitigated by focusing on the one asset we know will be there and is guaranteed to price appreciate. Now, again, tapping into Raoul Powell's stuff about Metcalfe's law and network adoptions, there will be some others that will definitely be guaranteed to price appreciate, and that right now we're seeing is Solana and stuff like that. But yeah, for me right now, that would still be in that 10% bucket is what you would be risking over there. So anyway, I was just trying to wrap this up and got off on a tangent again. So hopefully that clarified this. Let me know if you guys need a different kind of process map, or if you need more detailed breakdown or something that I missed. And let me know if you're in the platform, you got any other questions or anything like that. All right, smash that HBL special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.